on? That's my cat. It's my kitty. Hey guys, my name is Mel. I'm here for my second week, my second video of the Shift.ms YouTube takeover. Thank you so much for all of the likes and shares and comments on my previous video. That means a lot. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying it. If you haven't seen it, I will link it below and also up in the corner. So definitely check that out and make sure you like and subscribe to Shift.ms, and I also make YouTube videos on my own channel, so I will link that below as well, all about MS awareness and my own personal journey with MS. So I'd love it if you guys would subscribe. And this week I am talking about learning your specific MS, which can be a little bit challenging, and maybe some people probably don't understand this, so I'm going to try to explain it. So there's symptoms that are common with multiple sclerosis. A lot of the common ones are numbness and tingling, weakness, optic neuritis, which affects your eyes. Some people might go blind or blurry vision, things along those lines. Also, tremors are pretty common. What else? There's fatigue, insomnia. Yeah, those are, I guess, kind of the basic ones that people usually associate with MS. So, but the way that the symptoms affect each individual person who has MS is different. So one person might experience optic neuritis, and another MSer might have perfectly fine eyesight. Or another person might experience numbness in their arm, and another MSer might not. So we don't all get the same symptoms in the same areas of our body, but the symptoms generally are the same, just not the same in each person in every area of the body, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the first thing to understand about MS. And then the second thing to understand is that when we have flares, they're always different for each person, and even the flare in the same person is different each time. And one of my big questions that I had when I was first diagnosed was, how am I going to know when I'm flaring? But I find myself almost 2 years into having MS, and I definitely know when I'm flaring now. If you watch the videos on my channel, last, I think October or November, I made a video about my flare, and I kind of mentioned this in that video. That it would be helpful if people knew when they were flaring, because I think that was my first like major flare after getting diagnosed. So about a year later, I had my second big flare up. I did have another last May, but that was kind of minor compared to what I experienced last November. So how do you know when you're flaring? So I guess you kind of need to get over your relapse to realize your baseline is what doctors call it usually. Also, I just want to put this out there, I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm just an MS patient. I have MS, and I'm kind of just going off of what I've experienced myself. So you need to get over your flare first, like your first MS flare, and once you go into remission, as they say, so that's kind of your baseline, where you either experience no symptoms, like you feel completely, almost, or completely, or almost fine, or you kind of figure out your baseline over time, and the same thing goes with knowing when you're flaring. So once you kind of get into your normal everyday feeling, you will know when you're flaring because you will not feel right. And sometimes how flares work for some MSers is, like, again, one area of your body might go numb, or you'll experience weakness in one part of your body, or You'll get optic neuritis or a tremor in one area. But for others, like myself, one thing will go wrong and then a bunch of things go wrong. I guess it depends on where your lesions are in your brain and your spine. But for me, I've noticed with my past 2 flares is that when I am flaring, I usually, it usually affects my whole body, which is awesome. So I'm pretty sure I'm flaring right now. I'm supposed to be getting an MRI next week, hopefully, and I might start steroids depending on what they find. But this will be my first flare since being on Tysabri. What I've been noticing is numbness in my feet and my legs, and as well as my arms and my hands, and tremors in both of my arms and hands, and extreme fatigue. And I was experiencing a lot of back pain. I had a MS hug, and that's really been bothering me. So like I said, you kind of will learn over time when you are flaring, and then you'll know what to do from there. Next week I'm gonna make a video on how to cope during a flare. There's a plane passing, so if you guys can hear it, my apologies. This is probably not the best idea to make a video outside, but it's really pretty out, and I just wanted to sit outside for a bit, and I thought this was a good excuse. So yeah. So next week I will be talking about how to cope when you're flaring, and I kind of just wanted to take this to explain, because this was, like I said, one of my big concerns and questions when I first got diagnosed, is when will you know when a flare is, or how do you know what a flare is? So that's what I've experienced. I would love to hear how your flares usually work, and you know, if it affects one part of your body, or you kind of just start flaring all over, and how long do you wait before you do get help from your doctor or call your doctor. Oh, and a real flare lasts more than a day, is what doctors tell you. That's like a real true exacerbation slash attack slash flare, whatever you want to call it. They're all the same thing, just different words for it. But a pseudo exacerbation is when your symptoms flare for like a day because of, you know, either the weather or because you're tired or something, and those usually go away the next day or within a day or two. But if they're lasting more than a week, I would definitely say that that's a real flare. So I hope this video helped some people who are newly diagnosed or are still kind of questioning what flares are, or if they're, you know, what's going on with their bodies, because one of the really big things when having MS is not knowing what the heck is happening with your body. And it's kind of learning to be okay with not knowing, and just kind of keeping the faith that it'll get better. Just keep going. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Sorry this is kind of a long video. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Everything will be linked below, my social media, Shift.ms social media. And I hope you guys have a great week. Or, what day is it? Today's Monday, right? Okay. Yeah, great week. And I will catch you guys next week, where I will be talking about how to cope during a flare. Alright.